Hello friends, welcome back to Rain's Kitchen and Garden. My name is Rain. Well, we are in the middle of a heat wave here in New Brunswick, Canada. The humidex is wild. It's supposed to go up to 40 degrees Celsius today with a humidex of 45 degrees or higher. That's Celsius, so I believe it's 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Isn't that wild? I got to tell you, the dogs are feeling it. This is day 2 of the heat wave and they are feeling it. Raven is already flopped out on the bathroom floor. That's her spot to stay cool. And the other hooligans are flopped out all over the house after eating a big breakfast. Once the panting starts though, I might have to put the air conditioning on. But until then, I have all the windows open while the breeze lasts. I thought I'd do this video today because it's actually happening. It's really hot and I want to show you how I keep my dogs cool when it's happening. So I wanted to share these 9 dog-safe cooling tricks that I use to keep my dogs safe and cool during heat waves like this. It's definitely going to be a hot day today. It's supposed to go up to 40 degrees Celsius. That's 104 Fahrenheit, I think. But they said, they being the weather people, they said that with the humidity, it's supposed to feel like 44 or 45. So I looked that up and that's about 113 Fahrenheit. That's crazy. That's hot. So I've got to keep my dogs cool. They're doing a good job about it right now, but I mean, it's still morning. It hasn't gone up to the highest temperature yet. They're all sleeping and relaxing to make sure that they stay cool. They've got different spots where they like to sleep. Raven's place is the bathroom floor. That's her spot. That's where she keeps cool because she actually gets really, really hot. Rottweilers are like little heaters. And this is the coolest room in the house at the moment. It's the pet room where I have all of their cages and their food is over there. They eat in here. Once in a while they sleep in their cages if they want to. But little baby Oscar stays in here because he's keeping cool in the coolest room in the house. Dogs are very smart. They will seek out the coolest places in the house. And usually that's the bathroom floor or a dark room or just an area of the house where there's shade. So the first tip is encouraging your dogs to find the cooler areas of your house. If I see my dogs lying on a warm blanket or in the sunshine or in a room that's kind of a little bit warmer than the others, I encourage them to get up and move to the cool zones in the house. The second tip that I'm offering is washcloths. Basically, I cool the washcloth by running it under very cold water, and then I wipe them down a little bit. I wipe their bellies, and I wipe their paws, and I wipe under their arms and their legs just to help them cool off a little bit. The third tip is frozen treats. I always have frozen fruit in my freezer for my smoothies, and on hot days like today, they love these frozen treats. I'm going to leave a link in the description below for an article that I found on PetMD. It's a good source that lists safe fruits that dogs can eat. We can't just give them anything, so just make sure that the fruit that you're going to give them is going to be safe for their digestion. Mine absolutely love watermelon. I give them those little frozen watermelon treats. They love that. And sometimes I also pour some watered down, unsalted chicken broth into ice cube trays. And when those freeze, I give those to them too, and they love those. If I'm short on supplies, I'll just give them ice cubes. I toss them an ice cube and they absolutely love to chew on those. Tip number 4 is hydration. During really hot days like this, I add a little bit more water into their food bowls for all of their meals. Not icy cold water, but just cool water, and it helps them to stay hydrated. So the 5th tip is the fan and damp towel trick. I put a cool, damp towel over my fan, in a safe way, of course, away from the blades, and I turn the fan on high. It has a little bit of a cooling effect. As the dampness evaporates, The towel absorbs the heat from the surrounding air and it makes the air feel just a little bit cooler. So my sixth tip is simply to limit their outdoor time. It gets really hot out there and sometimes we don't think about if they run and they play outside that they could get overheated. So on days like today, short potty breaks only. So the seventh tip is to brush your dogs. When you brush excess fur off your dogs, especially when they're shedding, it creates much better airflow and it keeps their coats a lot cooler. Plus they love it. Now this is my absolute favorite tip. Number 8, ice pucks. I pour some water into these round Tupperware containers and I freeze them. My dogs have 4 bowls of water throughout the house and I put these ice pucks into the bowls to keep the water cool for them. The final tip, tip number 9, is air conditioning. I know this is probably a no-brainer if you're lucky enough to have an air conditioner. I have mini split heaters and they also have air conditioning built in, but as of last year I'd been trying my best to be very frugal and I haven't used the AC at all. But when it's super hot and humid like today, I have to keep an eye on the dogs. When the panting starts, they are sweating it out a lot. So what I do is I close all of the windows and I put the AC on max for about an hour. I do this 2 to 3 times a day during heat waves. It's still more frugal than running the AC constantly. So what do you do if you have a power failure during a heat wave? It happens, right? It actually happened here yesterday for a few hours, but I was lucky it happened in the morning when I could have the windows open and there was still a little bit of a breeze. But what happens if you lose electricity and it's 45 degrees Celsius or 113 degrees Fahrenheit out? Well, a lot of these tips you can use during a power failure. For example, encouraging them to go to the cold zones of the house, using the cool face cloths, adding water to their food, brushing them, limiting their time outside, and also, if you have them ready, the ice pucks and the frozen treats. I hope this helps you and your pups stay cool during the heat, my friends. These tricks have been lifesavers for us, especially for Raven, my Rottweiler. She gets hot so fast. I'm sending you cozy, gentle puppy vibes from our little home in New Brunswick. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and give your pups a cuddle for me. See you next time. Bye. It's just such a beautiful day, but boy, is it ever hot. I can't even be out here for too long. I'm so grateful for the breeze.